Hello folks and welcome back to Rome Total War. I'm Conostip and this is going to be part 60 of my Imperial campaign where I'm playing as the Julii. And before I get started, I just wanted to say that I'm still a bit under the weather, so forgive me if my voice and my energy levels are a little bit depleted, but I'm going to be working through it, so I think we're going to be okay here. So as far as this campaign is concerned, part 60, this has been going on for quite some time, and we have been given the permission or the power of the people so that we could start the Civil War at any moment, I suppose, but I'm not ready yet. I still think that I still have stuff that I want to do, specifically kind of getting my armies ready to blitz Italy, but also I want to make sure that I have armies in place so that I can defend my ever-increasing frontier that's bordering the Bruttii, which is, well, that's not the plan. That was not the plan, but it's happening, and we're going to be taking Vicus Venedae. This is going to be for the Senate. And, you know, honestly, I still do want to keep them on my side for now, because if my favor with the Senate does continue to fall, and they order my leader to fall on the sword, and then I refuse, then that will start the Civil War. And as I said, I want to start that Civil War on my terms. So, keeping the Senate favor as high as I can. I mean, it's dropping, as you can see. And it's probably because of the popularity with the people is rising. So yeah, trying to balance this out and keep it, you know, on the level as long as I can is probably, you know, in my best interest here. So I'm at the end of this turn, I'm guessing, based on how many funds I've spent, I have very little left. So I think that all that's left is to move my armies, specifically this battle here. And it's looking like I can get a draw out battle. In fact, I probably want to move you out of the way. And yeah, we have some vision on what they have here. Their general is a 3-star, okay. And Greek cavalry, we don't know how damaged they are. Falxman, Phalanx pikemen. Looks like a 3/4 stack, so I've got some onagers, that's pretty fun. And then the draw out, we have full vision on them. And yeah, militia hoplites, peltasts, archers, Greek cav, Falxman, Bastionnae. Yeah, Phalanx pikes, generals, also another 3 stars. It's interesting. I was looking at, so like for some reason, when looking at the factions in this game and the faction difficulty and kind of rating them in my own head, for the longest time I thought that the Dacians were probably one of the weakest factions, and that would say like weaker than the Thracians. And that was sort of based on their more inland location and being surrounded and not having any immediate access to the sea, and therefore not having access to ports right off the bat. But then, after talking to a viewer about this, I sort of started, I'm starting to think like the Thracians might have it worse. Now, the Dacians tend to die faster, like when they're played by the AI, but as far as being played by the human player, I was checking out the Thracian unit roster and comparing it to the Dacian unit roster, and I guess I was wrong. My initial thoughts of the Thracians was like, I was like, yeah, they have phalanx pikes and they have these like shock troops like the Falxman and the kind of the Bastionnae as well, or kind of a glass cannon, but the Bastionnae are more, I think they have better defense than the Falxman. Falxman have 13 defense here, and they have less experience and the same. Is that, wait, what? What's going on here? Is that true? These guys have, yeah, less defense because they don't have the upgrades. So, what's going on here? 13 defense, no shit. Armor 4, armor of 3. Defense skill of 9. Defense skill of 5. Okay, I need to see the vanilla stats for these units and compare them, because the Bastionnae here is the more expensive unit by far. But because of these, gosh, it's confusing. They have more experience on the Bastionnae, but their stats are lower. The Bastionnae have higher attack, sure, but do the Falxmen really have better defense? Is that a true thing? That's so bizarre. It also says the Falxmen have good morale, which is also surprising. Yeah, it's interesting. So, like, they get the basic archers, but the Dacians have the, I believe it's the chosen archers, so the long-range archers. And the Dacians also have the chosen swords, so they have like a good, solid, heavy infantry that's like both good in defense and defense. And they have the barbarian noble cav as well. True, that's for the Dacians. So like they have these solid units for, you know, all three phases of their military. And then I believe the Dacians do have access to the Falxmen as well, I think. And so the Thracians, in comparison, it's a really cool mix between like the Greek units and the barbarian units. You know, they have these Falxmen and sort of the Bastionnae, which are sort of the unique units to the Thracians. But then they have these Greek style units as well, like the Greek cav and then the Peltasts. Even like the basic archers look kind of like the Greek archer. And of course the phalanx pikemen as well. So yeah, it's an interesting unit roster. But what this viewer was telling me was that the Thracians just struggle with they don't have like high morale units. Now, I'm curious, I would like to look in the game files and see what exactly the morale is for the Bastionnae and the Falxmen, because it both says they have good morale here. But I think that he was referring to, like, the Phalanx Pikes probably have poor morale. It doesn't say poor morale, but they probably have, like, low morale. And, yeah, Greek Cav as well, the Archers as well. So yeah, it looks like the Thracians might actually struggle against late game armies, whereas the Dacians might actually do okay with late game armies. So it might be one of those situations where if the Dacians can actually secure themselves in the early game and can build up, they might do okay, whereas the Thracians kind of top out early, and I think you know what? I'm like off the top of my head, I think they can build past the tier 3, I think. Unlike the other barbarian factions, because they're like kind of Greek. But they don't have other unit availabilities past tier 3, I think. Gosh, yeah, I'm having a hard time remember, but yeah, they might top out early. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so as far as what army do I want to control here? There's this army that's a little bit beat up. They have some Bastionnae mercenaries actually, and some Illyrian mercenaries and some barbarian mercenaries. The units are a little bit banged up, a little bit, nothing too crazy. 5-star general. And then there's you. You have the ballista. And the army's mostly healthier. Yeah, this is a mostly healthy army, but the Arcani are a little bit beat up. And it's another 5-star general. I think I want to lead him, to be honest. So, how do I want to do this? I feel like if I want to attack them head on, then what I might want to do is you go here, and then you go around. Oh, you can't go around the top? You have to go around this side? Okay. That's still fine, I suppose. Attack! Oh, we're not even at war yet. Okay, yep. Attack neutral faction. And balance of power does favor me by quite a bit, actually. And can we get a full view of these guys? So 3 phalanx pikes are healthy. 1 Greek cav is healthy. Falxmen are both okay. Archers are in okay shape. The Bastionnae are pretty banged up. Ooh, and he does have the Untouched by Fear, so +1 morale for all troops on the battlefield. Okay, and then what about you? This is going to be the garrison. Okay, so in the pink, +2 to his hit points. And anything else? Anything else here? Drill Master. Ooh, -2 morale. Okay. Okay, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, Drill Master is gonna hurt. I'm gonna let the AI control Marcus Tuditanus, who is... I didn't notice this. I wonder how he gets an extra 2 stars. He's a 5-star, was he not? But he gets an extra 2 stars when he is attacking? Is that what's going on here? Oh yeah, good attacker. I didn't notice that. Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be good for the AI-controlled army. So, yeah, let's have some fun here. Oh yeah, and I didn't notice or pay attention to the fact of... the Thracians... So barbarians, you know, as I've mentioned a million times by now...
Before night comes again,
let's actually listen to this.
Whether the day goes well or ill is in our hands. The gods will favor those who help themselves, so take up your arms and prepare! The Thracians have sent their warriors against us. Do not fear. They are only men, and men can be killed. They have been led here by strutting fools and blustering morons. Now they will pay the price. We outnumber them comfortably, but that should not be seen as an excuse not to fight hard. Why let your brother carry your burden? The enemy deserve no better than to be shot down. Let us do this and conserve our strength. Those fools have never fought against me before. I hope to give them a nasty surprise. Today we make our own fates. The omens may say that we face disaster, but I choose to think differently. Can any true man do otherwise? Be of good heart, for within the day, reinforcements will reach us. I have won many great victories for Rome. Be strong in that truth, and let this be one more. March on, and know that our victory is assured as long as we live and die like true Romans.
Hell yeah, let's go. And I like that subversion of the truth there where we're clearly attacking them and it's like, yeah, they've sent their armies against us. Like, actually, yeah, the Romans and their desire for a just war. Am I right? So our reinforcements should be coming in from this side, I believe. And so the enemy is going to be like kind of straight on, I think. I think their reinforcements might be... Their starting army, yeah, might be right ahead of us, and reinforcements might be kind of behind them, off in the distance. But anyway, what I was saying was that since they're kind of like a quasi-Greek and barbarian faction, I don't know if some of their units get a bonus fighting in the snow and then some don't. I should have checked that and I forgot. So if any units of theirs would be getting that bonus, it would be like the Falxmen and the Bastarnae, I would assume. I am now all set up, so let's start this battle here. And right off the bat, let's just turn in that direction. And get my skirmish cav to get faced up. So reinforcements, yeah, they're going to be right behind me. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, I wouldn't mind engaging first. Obviously, having AI-controlled reinforcements fighting up against pikemen can be pretty dodgy, especially if their general wants to suicide himself into those pikes. So if we can try to take this engagement as soon as possible, that would be ideal, I think. So let's get moving up here, and then here I get my melee cav on the left and my skirmish cav on the right. And I do really like that the Romans have access to skirmish cav. I think it's a really nice touch. I know I've probably said that before, but yeah, even though it's just jav cav, it's still nice. It's a nice flexible unit, and it's surprisingly capable in a melee as well. Oh shit, yeah, that's one way to remember that your enemy has onagers. Let's see, oh my god, they got my ballista on one shot? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that they have onagers. Jesus, come. Oh my god. Wow, look at those shots. I feel like I've never seen artillery from any human-controlled player. Jesus Christ. Let's see here. Let's chill out. Are we in range? No, we're not. All right, we have to get up in range. And Greek Cav. Let's see, I think I need to distract on that side and then go on this side. So you guys go on that side and start running, and then on this side, just distract this Greek Cav. Yeah, because I need my melee Cav to get around to the sides. And you guys continue to move up. Yeah, just distract those guys there. They do have their general, but I think that I need to get that artillery offline. Let's just try to split the gap there. And can we get over here? And alright, so they're sort of avoiding my Greek cav. It's interesting. Or my skirmish cav, that's fine. Alright, let's try to get these guys back here. And then you guys go here. And then you guys go here. And you guys can definitely start running. Don't need to get hit by Felksman. And try to get into those onagers if you can. Alright, did we clean up there? Yes, we did. So let's get my Light Auxilia back up front, like that. And then you guys just keep going around. I feel like these guys have done their jobs, actually. So you guys go that way, that's fine. And you guys got caught? Sweet. Love it. Love to see Cav getting caught by infantry. It's my favorite thing ever. Let's see. I don't... What are you guys back? There's Peltas. Alright, you guys get over here. That's fine. You guys are broken. Let's just get my Cav out of there. You guys can definitely run. Definitely run. And you guys can definitely run. What I really have to do one of these days is to get into custom battles and just to play around with the run button and try to figure out what's happening here, because I don't want to spend my entire Rome career complaining about the run feature button thing. Alright, what's happening here? Summation mercenaries? Oh, that's my allies. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be one of those guys who just complains about the same thing forever. I need to learn from this eventually. And what's happening here? You guys can help out, I think. Is that the general? Or just throw your jabs in. Don't attack, just throw your jabs. And what's happening here? Who are you guys? Falksman? Get back, I guess. Yeah, get back.
The enemy general is running away.
Alright, that's fine.
This is no way for a leader to behave.
What are you? Oh, you're Bastionet? Alright. And that's a Cav. That's... Yeah, get back here. And let's actually... I'm tempted to get my... Looks like they're sort of retreating, doesn't it? Let's see. Yeah, if they're retreating, it's going to be very tempting to send guys in. Let's see, I got dogs, right? Yeah, dogs. Let's try to get dogs into those pikes over there. And yeah, Cav can start running guys down as well. But yeah, as I was saying, I do want to figure out what's going on here with the run command, because either there's a couple things, like either it's just a delayed command, so like when I press the C hotkey, oh, they're not broken, they just turned around and just shattered me. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well you guys have javelins, so you don't need to charge in to do damage, you can just kind of hang back and throw your javelins in. Yeah, that's why it's so tough to chase stuff like this, because all it takes is for it to turn around, you know. There you go. Alright, now you can get them. But yeah, all they need to do is turn around and like fight you, and they just lose an entire unit of Cav. But yeah, I would really like to spend some time in the custom battles to figure out what's happening here, because there has to be an answer. Like it can't just be me. It can't. It can't just be me. You know, because like right there, I pressed it and it happened right away. They started running immediately. So I'm wondering if sometimes I press it, but then they don't react right away. So these Bastionet, yeah, these killed my guys. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to chase down guys when they're not quite broken yet. Because yeah, in this case, Roman Cav, like, do I really want to charge those Bastionet? Cav Auxilia. So I'd rather have Cav Auxilia. If we can break them, that's one thing. Yeah, see, like, we broke that unit, that's good. Can we break this unit of Falksman? And there we go. Yeah, we got another unit of Falksman. Our dogs are cleaning up as well.
Drive them from the battlefield.
Yeah, a rather indecisive battle, so that's unfortunate, but we did some damage to them.
And this day is
I got 486 kills, and the reinforcements got 40 kills, and then yeah, 147 and 24. So yeah, pretty indecisive overall, but we did so much damage to them. It looks like did they all get back inside? Damn, that's a lot of guys. That's tough, actually. That's really tough. I mean, how much time do we have left on the mission? 5 turns, so that's a lot of time actually. And this is gonna, let's see here. Can I even put siege to them in this turn? I can, perfect, okay.
Besieging settlement, sir.
Actually, do I have this? Wait a minute. I guess I could have gotten a spy inside, but I don't want to use the open gates anyway. I'd rather go in with multiple entry points. So let's just build as many rams as I feel like I need. Maintain that siege, and then you come over and hang out over here. I will be interested to see if this army wants to turn around now that it knows that we are actually officially at war with them. If they did want to turn around, they would not be able to reach us by the next turn, so we can still take Ficus Venedae before they get involved. And down here, it seems like the Thracians are thoroughly tied up by the Brudii. I was hoping that the Senate armies would just take out these brigands for us that are right outside of Ariminum, but I guess I have to do everything myself. So let's send just a few units over here. And yeah, my garrison can help out if they want. Equites, ooh, Equites. I don't have anything that can counter Cav, but my reinforcements coming from the garrison are gonna have some Cav Auxilia, so that should help out. 2 peasants and some Astadi. So now I did, in my other campaign, in my Egypt campaign, I have been like beginning to skip through these brigand battles just to kind of save some time, and also like, why do you, I don't think you guys need to see them. I think maybe in the early part of the campaign, it might be fun to just to show off the units in the brand new campaign, but at this point of the campaign, I don't think anyone's like
reinforcements have arrived. This is
really thrilled by these battles, and neither am I, of course. So why show them? There's certain instances though where I'm like, I don't know, I get some Praetorians here and some gladiators and some Arcani. So as far as like battles are concerned, I'm like, maybe I'll show this. But let me know if you guys have any thoughts on this. If you just want me to cut out all of these battles, which I probably already am going to start doing. But if you have like a strong objection to that, then let me know. My Cav Auxilia are beginning to pepper their peasants with these javelins. Let's actually get these guys back here. And let's see here. I think I want to actually send these gladiators to go help out. Let's just kind of sandwich here, and you guys can go there as well. And yep, you guys go there, and Praetorians just turn around, and you guys can definitely run. Just like, oh god, I hate this. I hate that so much. It's so stupid. Okay. All right. Yep. Looks like we'll whatever do that, and then yeah, we'll kill this guy. Just like, yeah. I don't know. Alright, that stupid little battle's over, and I can retrain those Equites that just got wrecked. Actually, can I even afford to? I can afford to retrain one of them. There we go. And you guys can get back to Arretium. Yeah, that's fine. Just gotta lower the taxes here. And we're good. Alright, let's just check the taxes and all of my settlements and move on to the next turn. Oh no, Tertius Aemilius, no! This is that general. He's been with us for a long time, and he's come a long ways. New family member, Caesonia. Yeah, that was him, correct? Tertius Aemilius, yeah, my goodness. He came all over from, he is the guy that was like, I think he was in Ireland at one point, when I was thinking, you know what, he might still have some years left in him, and I was able to get him all the way over out to Dulcis Domus before he passed away. He had a long career. These guys, however, are going to have a very short career, so let's go hunt down these pirates. And we'll get them in the next turn as long as they stay where they are. Okay, so I actually am recording the rest of this episode a couple days after I had initially started recording the first half of this episode. I needed to stop it briefly, I thought, and I was going to return to recording later that night, but then I wasn't able to do that, and so here I am. So apologies for the later upload, and if there's any weird transitions here, apologies for that as well. Now, luckily, I sort of have a pretty good idea of where I left off. I'm pretty sure I was getting ready to siege here in Vicus Venadae, because, yeah, this is where I was thinking I needed to end recording initially, because I was like, I don't have enough time for this siege, and I wanted to make sure that I took my time, for sure. So, I don't know if I will be able to accomplish this siege in one battle. I don't think that I do want to. I don't want to let the AI control the second army here, just because we're kind of far away from our other settlements, and I mean, Jesus, yeah, we're like far away, you know. Our closest settlement is Domus Dulcis Domus, and this is, remind myself, this is a minor city, so I can recruit some. Yeah, all the basic tier 3 stuff here, which is, you know, fine. And this is also a minor city, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, but still, it's going to kind of feel like we're on an island here when I do take it. And by that, I mean, like, we're going to feel kind of unsupported. So if I lose an entire stack to some AI silliness, and if, for instance, we just immediately end up in a civil war against, you know, the other Roman factions, I don't want to feel like I just, you know, I'm just kind of screwed out here. So I'm going to just be controlling both armies. Obviously, that just means one army at a time, and I will be letting the other army's reinforcements come on in. If I run out of ammo, well, I will run out of ammo for my archers, then I'll try to bring on... Yeah, I can't control which units come on first, unfortunately. Yeah. But I'll try to use up all the ammo that I can on my units, and if that's not enough time, and if I'm looking at this army inside of the settlement and thinking, yeah, I don't want to go in there, there's too many pikes, and I don't want to fight that in the narrow streets of the settlement, then I will just simply go right back in the next turn and finish the job. That's what I'm thinking, because I still have a little bit of time, right? Yeah, I have 4 turns, so there's no real emergency, and I'm going to be controlling this army with its ballistas. And yep, the archers are in good shape, and I have my light auxilia as well, so let's go in here. We have our 5 rams, let's assault. And yeah, they got 1,000 men, 3-star general, and let's not let... Yeah, no AI control, okay. Alright, that looks good. Let's go in.
A battle's never an easy thing to face, especially before breakfast. But think on this. They feel at least as bad, and don't have me to give them victory. Over there stand the warriors of Thrace. They make a fine, barbaric show, and our enemies worthy of our steel. They have been lulled into a false sense of security by a few feet of defensive wall, as if that will protect them. The count of our warriors is vastly greater than theirs, so unless we fight like old women or idiots, victory is certain. We must slaughter the enemy from a distance with missiles and wear them down. I have never lost a battle against these people. Why should I start losing now, with men such as you at my command? Another victory is at hand. Be of good heart, for within the day, reinforcements will reach us. I have won many great victories for Rome. Be strong in that truth, and let this be one more. March on, and know that our victory is assured as long as we live and die like true Romans.
Right off the bat, we can start battering down this gate here, and it looks like this part is actually already damaged. That's interesting. I wonder if the Brudii were here before. 68% damaged. Yeah, that's bizarre. Because if the Brudii were here, like, why... Like, really? They couldn't get in? You know? The Thracians fought them that hard? It's kind of hard to believe, but... that's the only thing that I can come up with. So they're sending some peltest to the front gates here. Looks like they're going to be getting some javelin tosses, perhaps? Maybe, maybe not. Nope, they just want to run back and forth getting shot by my archers. That's fine as well. now that we have busted through the walls and they're continuing to send some light infantry to get shredded by archers, but what I would like to do here, I see an opportunity to send my Cav Auxilia to maybe run down some peltests over in that sector. They look like they're unguarded, so if I can just get a little pick there. And it would be nice just to get them out of the way without having to waste any ammo for my archers. Let's try to get my spears up through here. And then my cohorts up through here. Just to give our...
captured the walls. Now is the time
we can give our Cav some backup, yeah. Can we get in there? Yeah, perfect. Spears on archers, that's perfect. And now they want to bring in their Falksmen. Let's see, let's get my spears back actually. And bring up the bring up the cohorts to face on the Falksmen. That is a better engagement, I think. And cohorts can be right there. And there we go, yeah. If we can just draw in all of these pikes to within range of my ballistas. And are you guys still fighting Peltas over here? I thought this was going to be an easier fight for you, honestly. There we go. Jesus, they, looks like they did some damage to us. Alright, let's get back over here. Please let me go. Alright, and let's just get back. Yeah, we don't need to take this fight. Obviously, just run back. And this is what I want my archers to be doing, just shredding these guys. And my ballistas as well, like this should be a good target for them. This should be like the one thing that should be easy for a ballista to hit, just a big old block of pikemen. And this is the targets that makes me think like if I can get a lot of them down and eliminated, then I'm going to feel more confident in my ability to push forward in this battle. However, if after I've run out of all my ammunition and there's still just a bunch of these like hedgehogs still running about, then I'm going to think, you know what, maybe I should just go back and try again a different day. My archers have now run out of ammunition, so that means that these few remaining Phalanx pikemen are able to start advancing on my forces that I left inside of the settlement. So let's see, are you guys in range here? No, come up so that you can get your javelins tossed in. And let's turn my ballistas back onto fire at will, not that the archers have passed through them. And yeah, let's bring you guys up. And yeah, we get some perfect little pelum tosses there. In fact, let's bring my Cav Auxilia. They can get some jav tosses in as well. And are you guys in range? Not in range of the units that are further away. How many men is that? That's 100 men? Hundreds a bit. Hundreds is a bit. So let's do this. Did I just get some ballista fire in the rear of my unit? Is that just what happened to me? That sucks. Just lost like 5 men to that? Oh, that sucks. Man. Alright, yeah, get some jav tosses here with my Cav Auxilia. And get some pelum tosses in. And they're not using their pikes. And they're fighting... Let's take my guys off of guard mode. Because this is an advantageous fight for them. If I can even get my Auxilia into a little flank shot as well. Is there any pressure coming in from the other sides? Not really, no. No, we're looking good here. So yeah, we're going to get a charge in. And that is going to wipe them out. So let's just go here, take them off of guard mode. And that's looking good. Alright, perfect. And what's left? Yeah, 6 pikes right there. Yeah, I wonder... I think I'm seeing like a big old... there is still 2 scary looking pike units. Yeah. Alright, well I got my archers that are... Let's see, let's withdraw. I've never withdraw, guys. Let's see, withdraw. Is it the... There you go, okay. So I had it to set to the same hot group as I have in the other Total War games. I just wasn't sure. I've just never, I don't think I've used that in this game before. At the moment, I am trying to bait in this unit of 61 Phalanx pikemen. My ballistas are getting some shots off here and there, but nothing too devastating. Also, oh, that was a decent little shot there. And yeah, Cav Auxilia can start getting some javelin tosses in. Yep, getting some nice little pelum tosses in. That's perfect. You guys, once you're lined up, you can also get some pelum tosses in. But I'm thinking this unit's probably going to break soon. And when they break... Well, I got my Cav right here, ready to go, so... Yeah, fire when ready, man. Fire when ready. Yes, perfect. Yeah, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Alright, now let's get our guys... Yeah, you can stop shooting right there, and you guys can also stop shooting for a second, because we're going to let our cav clean up the remaining 19 men in this unit. As long as they don't get hit by these 6 men here. Can we stay out of that? Alright, let's see here. How are we doing? Let's get back. Let's get back. Let's get back. Alright, nope, keep going. Nope, they're both broken now. That's perfect. And what do we have here? Peltas and archers? Ooh, that's a very juicy target, isn't it? That's very juicy. So, let's bring in my Roman cav, actually. Perfect, yeah, just run down the remaining units here. General's Armored Bodyguard. Looks like there's one more healthy unit of pikemen that I can see, at least. You know, there might be more, of course. And I don't really want to... I don't know. Well, actually, no, there's 2 General's Bodyguards in here. That's right, yeah. That is right. I need to be on the lookout for that. There is a unit off in the distance that I can't quite make out, and I wonder if that's one of those units of General's Bodyguards, perhaps? And it looks like the reinforcements that are going to be coming on down here, the little shaded units, is unfortunately going to be no archers. That's too bad. That's just bad luck, I guess. Unless there's like a way that I can fix that. I don't know. Is there a way that I can organize my armies so that I can make sure that the reinforcements that I want are the ones that come in first? That's something that Medieval did very well. Yeah, that was very well done in Medieval. I think the reinforcement system in Medieval is just really... yeah, it's top notch. I think that was well done. It's something that they learned from Shogun what not to do, because Shogun kind of feels like this, where you couldn't, you know, determine what units were going to be coming on next, and yeah, get a little awkward, but it was, at least in this game, you can, like, it is better in this game because the reinforcements are more reliable. Whereas in Shogun, you just have no idea. Maybe I can figure it out. Like, I've heard kind of rumors. I don't know. I'm not trying to talk too much about Shogun right now, but I've heard people who think that they understand the Shogun reinforcement system. So I would like to try to maybe spend more time with it, but it's just more logical in Rome. The reinforcements just come on basically pretty much right when your units leave the field. It makes sense, and it's nice. I think that they do get delayed sometimes, but it doesn't seem to happen too often, which is really nice. We're getting a nice pick here with our Roman cav on their peltasts and archers. And is there any response? Are there guys, is their general gonna ride to the rescue of his men? No, it does not appear so, no. Does not appear like it. Let's try to get these guys back then to safety. And you know what, actually, since I don't want these guys, I may as well just... Can I just withdraw them then? I guess. Just withdraw these men. No, are they gonna go all the way to that side? Oh no. No, no, guys. Damn. So they have to come all... Okay, so if I just did that, then they were gonna probably like walk by the tower, you know, the tower defenses and just get shot up. They can't just withdraw out their own corner. They have to withdraw outside of my side of the battlefield. Oh, that is rough. That is so rough. Damn, I just want your archers, guys. Okay, yeah, that's not a good way to do it. Yeah, that's too bad. It's really making me think, how hard do I want to push this without archers? I have some javelins left on my velites, pretty much full ammo, which isn't much. How many volleys did they get? 6 or 7? So I would have like, you know, 5 or 6 volleys left. Let's see, Greek cav right there, tempting to get them. I have a couple units that could maybe catch them. It's tempting. You would think that I would have an advantage here. In fact, I have 3 units that I could maybe use to corral their Greek cav. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see about this. Do they want this fight? Jesus, they actually look like they want this fight. Alright, well, let's just take it then. Let's take the fight. You know, if they want it, then why deny them the fight that they want? So, let's see here. Yeah, it looks like we're chopping them down pretty well. Pretty well. And the general still doesn't seem to be responding. Perfect, yeah. I mean, any chance that we get to destroy a unit without having to use any missile troops is it's good for us. It actually does look like both General's Bodyguards units are right there. One has 25 men and one has 16 men. Okay. Okay, good to know. So, I mean, it looks like it is just the 2 units and then the pikemen. Tough units, sure. But I don't know. Can I beat them? Maybe if I actually go around them. You know, don't do this too often in siege battles. A lot of times I like to keep my men together. I did, if you remember, there was a time where I did attack settlements from different angles. But then I just kept getting, maybe this is more of an issue in the early game when the early game units have just low morale and they can just get defeated by 1 unit of General's Bodyguard. So maybe that was more of an early game issue. But I sort of like learned my lesson. I was like, all right, I need to keep my army together and just kind of advance through one path. And I will admit that I may have gone too far in that direction also. You know, I may have gone too far into thinking that I have to always fight these battles this way. Of course, I can explore other methods, like doing a main push, yes, but then preparing, like, say this, like a main push to get inside, right? But then having a secondary push once I'm inside, you know, it's right there. It's not guarded. So that's something that I can consider. And yeah, why not? Why not just attempt it right now? It's going to be a little bit one-dimensional. I can just bring some cav units. So not super ideal. It would be nice to have some infantry support. What are you? Early legionaries? Yeah, why not? Maybe some early legionaries can come up here. And the next unit of reinforcements was a 15-man unit of Roman Cav. Yeah, this isn't going the way that I planned it. Oh, hello. There's another unit of Phalanx Pikemen. Okay, I wasn't prepared to fight off against them as well as those General's Bodyguards. I do have legionary cohorts. They have pilums as well. And you do not have any javelins. You're out of javelins. You do have javelins, so there's that. So, oh yeah, all right. Got another unit of cohorts coming up, so maybe just the 2 cohorts themselves, along with the Arcani, maybe that's going to be enough to take them out. As long as those bodyguard don't get involved. Let's continue to creep our way up here, just to sort of divide their attention, just as it also is dividing my own attention, but still, let's see if we can manage here. Alright, that's there, and I still got the dogs. The dogs, you know, that's my trump card, of course. Just fire and forget, see if it works. Alright, so we get some javelin tosses going in here from the horses, and it's really tempting. Let's see here, what's going to be your target? You're going after them? Perfect, so I can just send you in from like a high ground and take you off of guard mode, so that you can just slaughter, leave you guys in guard mode so that you don't seek out combat against the pikes, but it looks like they're not. If you're not going to fight with your pikes, then go ahead and just kill them. Yeah, okay, now they're taking their pikes down, and that's a little scary. But that's where we start losing more men, I think. Let's get the Arcani in here. And now that they're broken, let's just send the Cav. Cav can run them down, and let's see if there's a response from the General's Bodyguard. Looks like they're heading back to the city square, so that is fine with me. And man, you guys took the wrong... That was the wrong angle to run these guys down. It's okay though, looks like you're going to catch up to them. Let's see if there's a response from those bodyguard units. Oh no, they're going into my spears, perfect. Perfect, let's get spears in. And legionary cohort goes in as well. You guys can throw javelins, that's totally fine. And this is good. This is a good opportunity for us. Let's blow my horn to make sure that we can keep our guys in the fight. And let's move up my legionary cohorts on this side just to keep the pressure up. How's this going? Kind of feels like they're killing a lot of our guys. Yeah, kind of feels like they're doing pretty good damage. 14 men left in that unit. 10 men left in that unit. Should I send my general in? Maybe, yes. Yes, maybe. Seven men left, and it looks like sending the general in did help out. There we go.
Enemy general is slain, and now
Enemy general slain. Let's get my general back.
Press the attack.
You can run. You can definitely run. And yeah, legionary cohorts continue to move up. Perfect. Nice. Yep, you just get back. we don't need you there anymore. And let's get these men lined up here. Let's see, I don't need the auxilia anymore. Let's need the cohorts to line up here and here, and then let's get my... You know what? I can send my dogs. Let's send the dogs now. And there's still javelins here. So yeah, if they're gonna be leaving their square, then just continue to push here and here. And here. And try to push them off. Yeah, because now if they're gonna break when they're off of the city square, then that's gonna be perfect for us. Looks like those 12 Bastionnae that we're fighting. Okay, I did not see that they were there, and yeah, they just broke. That's awesome. Yeah, nice. Nice. So I think it's just the Bastionnae, which are actually fighting us pretty damn hard. Yeah, they haven't lost a single man. Alright, well the War Dogs are in. So the War Dogs are gonna feast on the Phalanx Pikemen. And there we go. Alright, looks like there we go. Yeah, as soon as the pikemen are down, the War Dogs just go into the Bastionnae, and now they are just dropping like dog food, so perfect. You know, that worked out. Yeah, that worked out okay. Looks like I didn't have to depend on my reinforcements sending on in their archers, because yeah, that was a disaster. It was, you know, I'm overplaying it. It wasn't that bad, but still, it was annoying. It really was annoying that the retreat path was through my deployment zone. I was like, come on, guys. The red line is right there, you know? Alright, so we only lost 181 men. That's fine. Yeah, that's acceptable, I suppose. And we can retrain, I think, everything here in Vicus Vendidae. I think. So, is it going to be extermination? I kind of think it is. We're a long ways away, distance-wise, from my capital. So exterminate seems to be the way. That leaves us with 2,500 people inside of the settlement. Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot, but I think that just trying to stabilize it is probably more important right now. Let's just drop a save real quick, make sure that that is done. Retinue expands, so Greek turncoat. +1 command when fighting against Greeks. Perfect. That's very useful. Who counts as Greeks that's still left? Pontus and the Thracians, and that's it, I think. I don't think the Seleucids are still around. And Senate mission successful, so we got 1,000 denarii. I am going to put that to use against the Senate, obviously. What am I going to train that's going to be killing the Senate with that money? Alright, so you're still not happy that I've conquered you. Why, oh why, oh why. There we go. Easy peasy. So let's repair this stockade, and then let's retrain all of these people. And let's recruit some peasants as well. And what do we want to start building? Some paved roads? Probably. Yeah, it's not a lot of money, is it? But we need the help, just because we're so far away from everything else. We're going to need all the help that we can get in decreasing the movement, or increasing the movement speed through these regions. And then you can get to work cleaning up the brigands, because yeah, we don't want any of that riffraff in my new territory.
Imperator,
so yeah, you go there and kill them. What's it going to be? Archer Warband and Warband. So yeah, I'm probably not going to find any reason to show you guys this battle. Okay, well, it turns out that I found a reason to show you guys part of this battle at least. Because look at that cool building. I haven't seen anything like that before, and I just thought it was pretty neat. Looks like you can kind of look inside of it as well. Is that like a Like a crypt? Oh, it's a graveyard, duh, right. Yeah, okay, yep. As you can tell, I am no archaeologist or architect or anything like that. Took me a while to figure it out. Graveyard, that must be what that is. Yeah, interesting. Even though this isn't like Roman territory, so I wonder if this was drawn from anything. I wonder if this was actually drawn from Thracian sources, or if they just sort of unaccurately placed Roman architecture in Thracian territory. I don't know. Actually, where am I again? Vicus Venediae? I didn't know the province name. I don't think that this was historically... I don't think the Thracians were in this region that I'm in right now. It seems a bit too far out, is what I'm trying to say. But, again, what would I know? Well, at least they won't have far to go for them to be buried.
The enemy army is in flight.
Yeah.
Pursue them
You
and
can
drive them from the battlefield.
pretty much just leave them where they are. And that battle, and we lost 2 men. Yeah, how did that happen? I guess their archers had a little bit of counterfire in them, eh? That's okay, though. Now, you can right away... What do you have? Military Tribune. +1 command when defending, and 10% bonus to your popularity with the Senate. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Anything to sort of hold them off for as long as possible. Now, you are going to... So, yeah, well, this army is retraining. I would like to send you out to start placing watchtowers around the borders of this territory. So it stretches out over to here. Yeah, it's kind of a big territory, isn't it? And where's the western limits? I'm trying to look at the mini-map to try to discern where... This is a weird one, isn't it? It's kind of hard to tell. It would just be this river, I think, is what, because it, yeah, see how like it comes down like that and... Huh. Is it just the river? I don't know. I'm trying to look. There is, because yeah, there is like red line boundaries between my provinces. So there would be one like here, except there isn't. Which is, yeah, that's weird. Aha, okay, so I did spot a decent-sized Thracian army that might be headed our way. That would make sense. And if it were to do so, it seems like... Even if it did cross here, for instance, it would have to cross here again, and we could just meet it easily enough. Or if it wants to cross here, I wonder, can we see its movement range? Okay, so it can't move far. We might be able to meet it at this river crossing. Next turn, maybe? Depending on... Let's find out. If I wanted to move you, could we get there? No, not quite. It'd be very close, but not quite. As I'm about to move on into the next turn, finally, I'm curious, actually. I wonder if the Senate's gonna send me on another mission. I mean, I imagine they will. But where would it be? Are they gonna continue to send me after more distant Thracian territories? Because, yeah, it starts to get very distant out here. You know, this is going to be a long journey if that's where I have to go. Where else would it be? Campus Scythii? That would be preferable, I guess. If I were to pick a direction. Just because that gets me in a situation where I'm sort of starting to surround the Brudii. Yeah, I would prefer that. I already have an army sort of moving in that direction, in fact. And what's the name of this territory? Actually, Pripyat. Pripyat. I'm not familiar with that. Well, let's move on and see if they're going to send us on another mission here. Oh yeah, my diplomat has finally reached Alexandria. So the Egyptians are hanging on down here. That's good to see. Although I can't see that lasting for too much longer. Yeah, there's a lot of mercenaries in this army. That's not a good sign. Because the mercenaries in this region are not that great. I know from experience. I mean, they do the job, like, you know, in like their task that they're like each unit does have its own, you know, purpose. But against the Romans, like, I don't know. That's pretty dicey. All right, what do we have down here? So 18,000 in the treasury, that feels good. And then popularity gained with the masses, so the mob now know your name and speak of your triumphs with approval. This is a more than hopeful sign and a good basis for consolidating your popularity. That's interesting that that's like a separate message, because I already have the support to start that civil war, so I don't know if that means something extra. And that hasn't actually moved up. I'm still 7, which is interesting. I'm surprised that hasn't like moved. And this as well, I'm still at 5 support with the Senate, so nothing's changed, it seems. That's interesting. And most advanced faction, duh. Terentia, new family member, and then Lentulus Tuditanus just got married. Who are you? You are up here in Trier. Okay. And I'm actually building this man an academy. Maybe I can get him to be a better man. You know, he's decent though. He's fine. I'm not trying to speak down to it. Tuditanus. Not at all. Tuditanus came from a good stock of folk. What else do we have here? Servius Ophelia. That's a Shrusian. Seems like a good, yeah, I like that. That's a good retinue. A casualty or punishment rate? Yeah, absolutely. And who are you? Ariston? +1 influence? Peripatetic philosopher and poet. The deeds of the greats are surely worthy of critical examination. And perhaps a poem or epigram, maybe? Servius of Ophelia. I don't recognize. I don't know. Who are you? Gladiatorial fan. I haven't seen this one before. I guess this comes from being in places that have arenas. Interesting. -1 from unrest. Improves public order. Okay. 10% bonus to your popularity of the people. Okay, that's a good thing. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right. What else do we have here? Appius Flaminius, treasurer, +2 management. Always, that's a good one. Yeah, man, he's looking good. Damn, dude. Oh yeah, this is my faction heir, isn't he? You are, yeah. Yep. Yeah, good. Nice. Let's just check it on you. Make sure you're not getting anything that's bad. Useless assessor. Yeah, that's not great. Testy. -1 influence, +1 command. I mean, overall, you're fine. Yeah. I mean, you're not. You're good. You're definitely good. Worthy of being the faction heir, I'd say. I should probably find a place, see if there's a... I don't know if I even have a tier 2 academy somewhere. I should. I think I do. I should just find one. Or build one, right? He has a librarian, so +1 influence, +1 management. And Placus Fufetius, master of horse, +1 command when commanding cavalry. That's you down here, yeah. That's your only command star, is from that, I think. And Cassius Nasica. This is a 17-year-old. Has architect and reverend. Yeah, that's a good one. Despises Carthaginians. That's so useless. they're not around anymore. Leave them alone. And any barracks or anything like that? Anything that we need to be aware of that we can build new stuff? No. Okay. Just buildings to make more money and all that fun stuff. All right. So I'm curious. I would like to see, what do we have down here in this settlement where our heir is hanging out? So we have an academy, sure, but I need to find... Do I have any place that has the tier 2? I don't even know. What is it called? I should probably find that out. Oh, I'm building one. I'm building a scriptorium right here. Okay. I'm glad I looked. It's going to be finished in this next turn, so that's perfect. I just realized that I made a mistake down here in Palma by never destroying the Carthaginian temple here. The awesome Temple of Tanit. Improved farm and food production by 4, and then public order bonus due to happiness 20%. But really, I mean, the corruption down here is at 737, and I should be building the Jupiter temples for sure. So let's get that going. Especially while I have a whole giant army in place that can keep the public order while I'm building up that temple line. Yeah, that's something. I know I was working on other stuff, so it's not like I was letting that just kind of go for a while, but still, that's probably maybe something I should prioritize. Not sure. Not sure. And I have to sort of remind myself back up here in Domus Dulcis Domus as well. Or no, Vicus Venedae. I have to remind myself when these paved roads are finished that I should probably destroy the shrine to Zelmoxis. And I should look at, oh, I don't know, Brutii perhaps, maybe. I don't know if Jupiter is going to be so essential just because corruption isn't that high, but I don't know, still. Getting rid of 423 is still decent, you know, that is still valid. So maybe Jupiter is going to be the way to go when those roads are finished there. Now, because I have recorded this episode over 2 recording sessions, I don't really have a accurate or good understanding of how long this episode is going to be going. So I'm going to try to wrap it up pretty soon here. I don't know if this is going to be a really long episode or it's just kind of a really weird short episode. But yeah, in any case, before I do end this episode, I do want to try to decide. So you are ready to start marching in some direction. I don't know if I want you out far east. I'm kind of leaning in that direction. Bringing you out here just so that I have more armies covering this large expanse of territory. And again, whether that involves invading down into Thracian lands or whether that just involves defending against the Brutii at some point. I kind of do want an extra army out there, or do I bring them down here? Because this is another area which, like, when I do eventually take Lovesick, I think that might draw a lot of attention from the Brutii, and having an extra stack as reinforcements down there seems good. I'm training up another army here in Bordesholm, so maybe this could eventually be my 4th army in the area up here. It's hard to say. Yeah, it is hard to say. So, for the time being, gosh, I don't know. Let's send you down to here. Yeah, we'll get you moving. You are still building up your army, so that's fine. And then you're gonna take out these pirates. Yeah, you keep moving along.
Yes, Captain. Move depleted, sir.
That's fine. And then there's no other pirates, are there? No. You keep making your way. Eventually, I want you in the Mediterranean. Just having some extra biremes, I think, will be useful. If I have to build more boats up here in the north, just so that I can, you know, transport soldiers faster or fight off pirates, then I can just do so. It's not too much of an issue. And if I find that they're just kind of sitting around for too long, then I can just, you know, send them around to the Mediterranean. No big deal. So that is fine. I'm just going to check my taxes, and I do want to end one more turn here. I spent all of my money, so that's all fine. So let's just kind of do a run through here. Segesta, let's lower taxes there. And Evenum, let's raise taxes. And then some more Brevas, fine. Elysia can be... Nope, no they cannot. Let's just keep it there. What about Tara? Tara's on not very high taxes, so they're fine. Batava Vodorum, very high taxes. Mogontiacum, very high taxes. Bordesholm, yep. And that's looking good, okay. So let's drop a save, and we're just about finished with our 3rd army down here as well, which is good. Yeah, that's good progress being made down here in my core Italian provinces. So that's done. Let's end a turn, and let's see. I'm still curious to see if the Senate. Ooh, wow, the Thracians are going. Okay, well, I'm glad that I got to this bridge before they did. Now, can I hold it against 3 armies? I don't know. I have 3 units of 3 units of archers. Pretty healthy as well. Decent infantry. My actually, I only have 2 units of early legionaries, and then 2 units of Bastionnaire mercenaries backing them up. Okay, so the heavy infantry is a little bit iffy. Do we have any vision here on these guys? No, nothing. So we have some vision here. Phalanx Pikes and Militia Cav. Can you...
Yes,
Man, you can't move. These swamps really got you stuck, eh?
Secrecy is assured.
Can we see anything here? Archer, that's all we know. Damn. Damn. Okay. Well, I can start moving these spies because you... Yeah, from here you can build your watchtower and then you can move out and then... Yeah, you can move out as well. And then you join up here. You're going to be the new general of this army. Alright, well this is going to be kind of dicey. I don't know. Can he hold against 3 armies of Thracians? Moving on in. That's a lot. That's a lot of heat. And then you come down here. And I was thinking as well, like even if the Senate did task me out to take Campus Scythii, could I even do so? I mean, they have large stone walls down here. And pretty much a full stack, so... this army at first, I was thinking maybe they would be tasked out with doing that, but now I'm thinking, well, they gotta stand here on this bridge. So that'd be up to this army. First off, can they even reach? How long would it take? 1, 2, 3, 4 turns to reach. And then could they even take it? They have 2 ballistas, but they ain't gonna do shit against those large stone walls, I don't think. So yeah, that would be kind of dicey, I think. Yeah, anyway, moving on. 15,000 in the treasury, and then family tragedy Urgulania has passed away. Lentulus to Detanus, priest of Ceres, +1 management and +1 to farming output. And you are, remind me again, yeah, you're in Trier, got it. Yep. Perfect. Appius Flaminius, Apollonius of Perg, +1 management. I'm assuming that the scriptorium just got finished. And let's actually check that out. Apollonius of Perga. An eccentric mathematician and astrologer who believes the planets revolve in epicycles and eccentric orbits around us. Loony. Yeah, indeed. And, yep, Pontifex. Also for Appius Flaminius, +1 influence and then +1 command and 10% bonus to your popularity with the people. And so that's not his office. That's not the Pontifex Maximus. That's just Pontifex. By Jupiter, asking for the help of the gods is better when it is done with the voice of authority. Sweet. I don't know if that is coming from the scriptorium, but it might. Anything else here? No. Okay. And any more Hippodrome, finally. Okay, this is one of those buildings that I was kind of going back and forth on for like a million turns, trying to figure out, do I need to build this here in Lugdunum? And then finally I did. And I'm happy that I did, because finally I have another place where I can train legionary cavalry other than Ariminum and then Cordoba. Those were the only other places where I was training legionary cavalry. So now I can finally do it here as well. Oh, and perfect timing. There's some brigands for me to run down with legionary cavalry as well. Alright, anything else exciting that was built up? Dockyard, that's exciting. More money there. Yeah, that looks good. And that looks good. Sweet. I want to get this going right away. With haste. Let's get those guys going. Nice. And what are you? 3 units we don't know. And next episode, I got this to look forward to. More brigands to destroy. I'm glad that so far there's like nothing up here that in these territories that I've had to come up and destroy. That would have been really annoying. Knock on wood, because now that I've said that, there's going to be brigands. That's just how that works. I broke the rules. I shouldn't have jinxed it, but yep, I did. Mark my words, there will definitely be brigands there in the next turn. And still no Senate mission, eh? I'm okay with that. That's fine. Leave me alone, Senate, and I will consider consolidating my forces. Let me just check in on... Yeah, nothing's changed? Nothing's changed. Perfect. Well, that is going to be it for this episode, and before I go, I just wanted to remind you all that I did start off channel memberships, so if you do want to become a channel member, it's only going to be $1 a month, and that does support the channel, so that does help out a lot. And if you're enjoying these videos, there's other ways that you can support. You can subscribe, you can like, and share. It all helps immensely. Until next time, this has been Conestep playing Rome Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.